Good morning, everyone. So, today we will start with our lecture 2, Basics of Python Programming. In previous video, we have covered the basics of Python with theory, and we have learned how to print the statement in Python, and some example we have covered with coding parts. So, without wasting our time, let us start with our lecture 2. So basically in our lecture 2 we will learn how to take input from users, how to print that input, basically how many types of input we can take like float, num, integers, string, and how to convert float to int we have learned in previous video. So if you have not watched my previous video, you can watch that video and then come to this, so you can easily understand what we have learnt in previous video and what we are doing in this video. So basically in this video we will learn how to take input. So what is input? Input is like in previous video we have learned that we assign the value to a variable, but if we don't know the value, if we want to take that value from the user that use our code, so how we will you identify that? So basically for that we use input. So in Python that input is a built-in function called input, and this is its syntax. I have highlighted this. Then the syntax for input is input and round bracket. Here optional prompt string will be console for the user to input value. So basically it is the prompt, or it is the syntax to take the input from the user. So basically this is a example, very simple example of how we can take input from the user. Like name is a variable which we have assigned, and we have to take value from user is equal to write simple input input. If you do grammatical mistake or write wrong spelling, it will give you an syntax error. Then round bracket, if you do not write anything inside the round bracket, so it will just directly take input. And if you want to show something to the user that enter your name, like here it is written enter your name, so it will be shown like enter your name as it is if you write something inside round bracket in double quote. Then you can simply write print. Then I have told you in previous video, like if you write something inside the print statement in double quote, it will be print as it is, then by one comma and name. So basically what is this example? This will take an input from the user, which is a name variable, so user can easily understand that you want to enter his or her name, then you want to simply print name. So this is a very simple and basic example of how we can take input. So next is like this. For example, see this example. A is equal to int input enter an integer. So basically what is this int? I have told you that how many type of input can we take: integer, string, float. So for basically integer value we write int and then round bracket, then input, then round bracket, and then if you want to write something and show to the users, you can write in double quote, otherwise you can directly a is equal to int input. This is very simple example for an input and how we can print that input. Next come as arithmetic operator. We have discussed in previous video also something about arithmetic operator. So what are arithmetic operator? Arithmetic operator are like math operator. There are basically 7 arithmetic operator: plus, minus, multiply, division, exponential, modulus, or float division. So what is the work of these syntaxes? So our first operator is plus operator. Plus, as its name suggests, it is used to add two variable, like it add value on either side of the operator. It is given a simple example like expression 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. Simple. Next operator is minus. Subtract left hand from the right hand side, like 20 minus 10, it is equal to 10. Next is multiply operator. As the name suggests, multiply, it is used to multiply. Division, it is used to divide. but this is a new operator for those who are learning Python as a new language. Perform double star. It is used for exponential, like 2 raised to power 3 is equal to 8, 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 4, 3 raised to power 3 is equal to 27. For that, like in Python, if you want to print something above exponential, you have to use to multiply sign. It is used to perform exponential. Next is modulus operator. What is the use of this modulus operator? It is not for divided. It is used to give us a remainder, like 2 modulus 2 is remainder 0, so it will return 0. 2 modulus 5, it will return 1, because the remainder in this situation will be 1. Next is float division. Float division, the division of operand where the result is quotient in which the digit after the decimal point are removed. So basically what it is saying, that it is used to get us the quotient which is left side of the dividend. So it is used to give us quotient. So basically today I have covered some basic example and basic coding question for you, so that you can practice that question and you can clear your basic concept. So our first question: write a program to read two input from the user which are integer. It is highlighted that it is should be integer input, and the result of the following arithmetic operator, like this. So we have to take two input from the user. You can let a and b num1 and num2, like the here it is sample input. Then you have to perform plus operator, minus operator, multiply the all 7 operator which we have learnt in the previous slide. So how you can solve this? You can pause the video and then think of the solution, then you can practice by yourself, and I am telling you now the answer. So you have to take the input, like num1 is equal to int input, because we want to take a integer as input and we want to print num1 that in the console. So we have taken to input num1 and num2. Then simply after writing print statement, print num1 plus num2, print num1 minus num2. Or you can store them in any variable, but it will consume much more memory. So basically they do not give us that we have to store them in any variable or anything, so we can just print. A best programmer is which uses less line of code and give more efficient work to any company. So basically this is example. You can practice by pausing video. We have covered many more examples in this video. So our next topic is like comparison operator. Comparison, as the name suggests, to compare right hand side with left hand side. So basically it is also a type of operator. Python support comparison operator. It is true that Python support comparison operator. The result of comparison operator is either true or false. Basically if you compare left hand side with right hand side, it will be like right hand side is equal to left hand side. It is true, false. Basically there are only two possible situations. So what are so now let's continue. A phone has disturbed us. So next is comparison operator. As the name suggests, it will compare left hand side to right hand side, as I have told you. So first comparison operator is double equal to. What is the meaning? You know that single is equal to is assignment operator. It will assign the right hand side value to the left hand. So what is the meaning of double equal to? Double equal to will compare like left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. So it, if the value of two operand are equal, then the condition became true, so it will return true, like 23 is equal to 34. It is false because 23 is less than 34, so it will return false. And 10 is equal to 10, it is true, so it will return true. So our next operator is exclamatory sign and is equal to. Basically what it is, it is like exclamatory sign in Python is equal to not equal to. It's mean not. Exclamatory is not. So if the value of two operand are not equal, then the condition became true. as 23 not equal to 34. It is true, so it will return true, like this. Next operator is left shift. If the value of left operator is less than the value of right operator, then the condition become true. So these are some basic operands. You can learn by seeing them, and it is very easy to remember, as you have learned in small classes also, third, fourth, like 10 less than 20, it is true. Just remember that if the condition is true, it will return true, and if the condition is not true, it will return false. It is follow boolean type. Then the symbol read are greater than, less than, is equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So this is a question. Write a program to understand the comparison operator in Python. Okay, and perform the following operation and print the result. Take two input, int input from this. So basically what it is saying, that the question is saying that we have to take two input from the user, like we have taken in previous example also, but this time we have to use the operator greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, double equal to, like this type of operator. So it is also same as like previous one. You can solve it by yourself, or this is the solution to this question. We have to first take two input from the user, num1 and num2. Then we have to operate this operator on these two variables, like num1 greater than num2, num1 less than num2, num1 is equal to num2, like this type. And this question is very basic. It is of comparison operator. So our next type of operator is on string, comparison operator. We can also compare two value in numeric string. We can use this all operator on string also. So how we can use on string, like now this time what we have to take, we have to take two string. This time we have to take string, so you can either write str in front of input, or just str1 is equal to input, and that this is a variable str1. You can use any variable name, a, b, c, d, or as you wish. Your variable name can be of your type. So just write str1 greater than str2, just a simple operator like we have performed in numerical part. You just perform this on this part also. So you can see these are the sample cases of this, which I have circled. Is code greater than tantra? False, because in code there is only 4 line and in tantra there is 6. Is code less than tantra? True, because code for character, so it is true. Like this, it can also be performed on string, not only on numerical part. Then next is bitwise operator. Bitwise operator, a very important operator in the Python. Bitwise operator, it, as the name suggests, bit, so it will follow binary. In binary format, how you can write 2? 2 is like 1 0. How we can write 3? 1 1. How we can write 4? 1 0 0. So what, how you know you can write which thing today? As we said, like 1, then 2 2 2 4 4 4 8, like that type. So write this from 1 to till then you have to go. Then by adding which two digit the number came, like 2 came from 0 1, as 0 place is 1 and 1 place is 2, so it became 1 and 0. The active bit became 1, and the bits which are not active, they will become 0. So Python bitwise operator take one or two operand and operate them bit by bit instead of whole. So there are bitwise operator like left shift operator, right shift operator. So in left shift, it will shift left side bit operand toward the left side for the given number in the right operand. It will shift toward the left bit, and in right side of bit operator, it will shift toward the right side. Then AND operator. AND operator, if both condition are true, it will return true. it is for logical AND. But in this bitwise AND, result bit 1 if both operand are 1, otherwise 0. If both are like a non-zero, then it will return 1, or if 1 is also 0, it will return 0. Opposite of this, it is OR. Result 1 if one operator. OR AND means compulsory that both the conditions should be true, but in OR only one condition should be true to become true. So this is the major difference between and OR. Then it come note as the name suggests. Note, it will negative anything, like if you take positive 5, it will become negative 5, like this. Or in bitwise operator, if you want to see that it will become 1 become 0 and 0 will become 1. So this is not operator. Next operator is XOR operator. Result bit 1 if any of the operand bit is 1 but not both, otherwise result 0. If any one bit is 1, it will result in 1, as it is opposite of or XOR. So next is understanding bitwise complement operator. What is complement? Complement, it flip 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. It is just flipping of the digit. In bitwise only, in binary only two digits are there, 1 and 0. It if we apply this not operator, so or this one complement, it will give us 0 value to 1 and 1 value to 0. So our next type of operator is assignment operator. What are assignment operator? So as the name suggests, to assign the value from left hand side to right hand side or right hand side to left hand side. Like A is 52 is a simple assignment operator that assigns 52 value to the variable A. Like this type of is equal to is the main assignment operator. So Python programming language support the following assignment operator. These are the operators which are supported by Python. Is equal to, plus is equal to, minus is equal to, multiply is equal to. Like assignment operator, like we have arithmetic operator, but they are used to only just multiply, divide. But here we also add is equal to, so they become assignment operator as they will assign the value. So here is equal to, you can see the expression C plus A equivalent to C is equal to C plus A. So this is the very important information to be noted. You should know this to save your time for future, because this is a good programming practice to write C plus is equal to A instead of C is equal to C plus A. It will save your much time and memory. So these are the assignment operators: is equal to, plus is equal to, minus is equal to, multiply is equal to, division. All the 7 operators which we have learned in assignment of arithmetic operator, they are all same, but the difference is these are also used for assignment, they are just used for doing that task. So here is it is a some simple example. Take two integer from the input function for assignment operator. Just like in the previous example, we have take two input and perform comparison operator, arithmetic operator. Just same here also we have to take two input from the user which are integer type, and we have to just perform these all assignment operator on that two numbers. So these are like assignment operators. We have take to, as I told you, we can take anything like A is equal to int input, or A is variable, so we can take anything in place of variable name like num1, num2, num3, anything, and just perform this operation as I have see playing this. Understand? So next type of operator is logical operator. So what is logical operator? As the name suggests, they are used to evaluate, to make decision. Logical, to make logic, to evaluate something. So the if else condition provide two different path of execution. These come under logical operator. So what is if else? If, then we have to give expression. So it means if that expression is true, then do the task under which we have written inside if, and then else. If that task is not true, that task is false, and that expression is false, then evaluate else condition. If that task is true, so it will not evaluate else condition. Like here it is syntax I have highlighted. If, then we have to write expression, then double colon, then we have to give what we have to do if that condition is true, like body of if, else, then body of else. So this is the basic syntax. So you have maybe understood 30% of what I am saying, but now come with an example. Imagine you have like marks, you have taken marks from user, or you know your marks is 75. If your marks means 75 greater than distinction mark is 33, that passing criteria. If your marks is greater than distinction marks, so we have to print user secured destination. So it will print user. If your marks is below, like distinction marks is 33 and your marks is 30, so it will go to else condition. So it will print of else condition, like user did not secure distinction. So basically what it means, if the if condition is false, then it will go to else condition, otherwise it will stop there. And else condition is evaluated every time if the if condition is false. So let us see by an example. Here it is written that write a program to understand the logical OR operator. Take two integer a and b as input from the console using input function. So basically what is saying, we have to take two input from the user. The program should print true if either of the input is 6, their sum is 6, their difference is 6. Otherwise it should print false. It is saying that the two input, the interpreter should print 2 if the sum of there is true, difference is true. So how we can solve this? First we will take two input, like a is equal to int input, b is equal to int input. Then if a is equal to 6, or b is equal to 6, or a plus b is equal to 6, or a minus b, print true. So what is saying that if any of these condition is true, so we have to print true. Else if this condition is false, so our code should stop. We should give a base condition where the code should stop. If this condition is not true, then it will go to else part and it will print false. Why we have used or operator here? Why we don't have used and operator? Because in question see, it is if either, if it is given the both of the conditions should be true, so you should use and condition, because here both of the condition and will check both condition. But here it is clearly written that if either of the input is 6, if either means either this condition, either this condition, so you have to use or operator. If it is written it should be, so you should use and operator. So this is the basic difference. So now I think this is clear, that difference between or and when to use or, when to use and condition this type. So our next operator is the membership operator. What are membership operator? Basically there are two type of membership operator, in, not in. Like you are in your house, so somebody will say that Rohan is in house, true or false. So you are in house, so it will return true. If you are not in house, it will return false. Same as like in and end. So they are basically used in list or string. Let us see an example. As I have said, s in Python, I see this example, s in Python. So there is no s in Python, so the result is false. Same as not in. Not in is opposite of in. एस नोट इन पाइथन, ये इसका हिंदी में कहने का क्या अर्थ है कि एस पाइथन में नहीं है. सो इट विल रिटर्न ट्रू बिकॉज देयर इज नो एस इन पाइथन. So you can use this operator on list, tuple, set or dictionary. These are membership operator. It will see that left side is in right hand side or not in right hand side. So this is the basic. These are some examples. Am in I am working, here it is am and here it is am, so it will return true. Am not in I am working, false, because not in is opposite of in. It is saying that am is not in I am working, but here it is am, so it will return false. So these are some examples. As I've said, you can use a membership operator in list, tuple, set and anything, and dictionaries also. So it is example of a list. 1 in 975, so here it is 1, so it will return true. So this is the basic example. Next is identity operator. Every object has an identity. You have identity, your name, a value and a type. So the is operator compare the identity of two objects. There is not in, like the membership operator is in not in. So the identity operator are is या is not. Like it will compare. Like if two objects are in the same memory, it means they are the same object, so the result is true. Like a is equal to 10 and b is also equal to 10. So c we have taken another variable, and in c we have passed the expression that a is b, 10 is 10, a value is 10, is our identity operator, b value is 10. So it is saying that 10 is 10, so it is true, so it will return true. So same as is not operator, it will return false if the condition is true. Like that, it is opposite of is operator. Our next is simple. We have to take two integer from the user input from the user, and we have to use is not operator. Like see this and this is the solution to that question. Take two input from the user and check print x is not y. So in question it is clearly mentioned that we have to use is not operator. So this is the example. You can take screenshot also, or it is very simple example. Now I am thinking that you understand this. Input, output, print, membership operator, arithmetic operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, identity operator, and how to print this statement, how to comment, as we have covered. So next is operator precedence. What is operator precedence? Basically precedence, how we give precedence to other. Like for me my mother is important, my father is important, then my studies came. So according to you, what is your precedence? Who is more important to you? So same as in Python, which operator has more precedence, which have more values. So this is basically operator precedence. These are predefined rules. Python know which operator has to be given more precedence, because Python is much intelligent to understand this, as it defines which operator has highest priority. For example, 50 plus 30 multiplied by 10 is calculated as 50 plus. First it will calculate, because the multiplication or arithmetic operator has more precedence than the plus operator, so the answer will be 355. It will not be calculated as first plus and then multiply, because Python know that multiplication operator should given be more priority. So I will tell you which operator have more priority, as I have an table for this. So this is the following table which tell us which have more priority. So the first precedence also came that exponential, like power statement. If in any expression in mathematical equation in Python there is exponential, it will first be calculated. Then unary operator, plus, minus, not. then multiplicative like multiply, divide, floor, division, then additive, negative, then bitwise, and you should learn this. Or if in your college exam it will came into marks, like some which have more precedence, so you should tell, or they can ask you in viva also. Do not uh, learn this line by line, but you should remember which have motivation. If you speak this 5 to 6 times, you will automatically learn which operator have more precedence. Like now you will think that if in multiplicative there are multiply operator also, division, floor, modulus, if all these came from in one expression, which will be evaluated first? So it is a very simple answer. If these all came in one expression, then we will calculate from left side to right side or right side to left side. It's up to you. But if there is multiply and plus, so you should calculate first multiply then plus, not from left to right. If the same precedence operator came in one expression, then you should calculate from left hand side to right hand side. Like this is the table. This is also one example. In this we have to perform arithmetic, but this time what is the twist, that in input we have to take two complex number as input. So we know how to take string as input, how to take input integer as input, but how we can take complex number as integer? Just it is very simple. As we take another input, this is same as a1 is equal to, just write complex instead of integer. If you have to take integer, write int. If you have to take string, write str. If you have to take float, write float, float, and then just do this calculation like simple type. This is one question, we will solve this. What is this? We have to find surface area of cube. So for this, first we have to know the formula of the surface area of cube. What is the surface area of cube? 6 multiplied by h square. If it is not given, you should remember this. However, in many questions they will give that. So here the surface area 6 into L square. So this is the formula, 6 into L square, the input. So here it is length is equal to float input, as here it is mentioned in the question that we have to take float as an integer, float as input. So as we can just directly mention the given formula here, surface area is equal to this. Then if we want, here it is given that the output format should be 2 decimal places. So for 2 decimal places, we have to write like print square round bracket f dash, then curly bracket, surface area double semicolon dot 2f. This dot 2f means dot to float, means for 2 decimal places, and surface area, that what will be the surface area, like in curly braces what we have written will come as the output. So this is the that. So next are understanding control flow statement. So what are control flow statement? Control flow statement are statements which control the flow of our statement, like selection statement, iterative statement, loop control. Basically in this selection statement, if condition will come, if else, else, nested if else. Now we have learned just simple if and else condition, but now we will learn else condition also. And in iterative, which statement, iterative statement are set of statement repeatedly after a given condition. So while condition, loop condition, and for loop, else clause. So these all come in iterative statement. Next is loop control statement, break statement, continue statement, pass statement. So we will learn these step by step. So first today we will see that if else condition. Now we have studied if else till basic. Now we will go deep in if else condition. So what is if? If construct is a selective construct. The statement within the block are executed only once when the condition is value is true. As I tell you, if then if the expression is true, then the condition or statement will be evaluated. Like here it is a simple example as I have zoomed. If then bracket 12% is 2 is equal to 0, double equal to means left hand side is equal to right hand side, which is true because 12% 2 is equal to 0 as the remainder is 0. Print 12 is divisible by 2. Print execution done. So here what is it saying that if this condition is true, then we have to print 12 is divisible by 3, and it will be printed every time because it is not in if condition, it is outside the if condition, because in if condition if there is two semicolon then indentation will come automatically. So this is a simple example. Now you have to write one program which is used to check whether the given number is divisible by 3 and print the result. So this is, first you will pause the video, then try with yourself, then this is the final solution to this. First we have to take num as input integer, then if num percentage 3 is equal to 0, then print divisible by 3 as I have written. Else if this condition is false, so if the condition is false, then also we have to write something on the console. So we will write print end of program because this condition is false. Like if 6 is the input, then it will print like divisible by 3 because 6% is 3 is equal to 0. But if it is instead of 6 it is 7, so it will print end of program because this condition will not satisfy. That's why. So this is simple if condition. So you can read like all the questions are same. First you should learn basic of if else, then you should do nested if else if, like this type of statement. This is another example, like I have told you, distinction marks is equal to 75 marks is equal to input, like this type. So this is also a very basic example. Next is if else condition. These are very simple question. You should pause the video, you should do yourself, because I am teaching you, I know how to do this. There is no benefit of doing myself, so I will show you the answer. Basically what is he saying, that this is used to make the question. The only is follow the instruction is take a amount as input. If the amount is greater than 1000, print he can, otherwise he can. So what we have to write, that first we have to take amount as input, amount is equal to int input. Then in if condition we write if round bracket amount greater than is equal to 1000, then semicolon, print he can, otherwise else he can't. Like this, very simple. These are very simple example, so you should know, because these are the basic of the Python programming. Next is if condition. If, what is if? Like first condition is false, you should have to give second condition. If second condition is also false, you should give third condition. Third condition is also false, so it will go to else. Like this is if condition is false, it will go to if condition is also false, it will go to else condition is that it will print always if both upper condition are false, because else condition means last condition, so it will print. Like write a program to check whether the character is alphabet or digit, otherwise print the result to the console in the sample test case. So first we have to take character as input, ch input, because it is string. You can write string also in front of input. So we have to check if ch dot is numeric, print digit. Numeric means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, like this. If ch is alpha, print alphabet. If neither it is alphabet neither it is digit, so else print. If this is condition is false. If condition is false, it will go to else condition. If else condition is also false, it will go to else condition. Else condition will always be executed because this is last condition. So our last question of today's lecture is how we can check whether a number is a leap year or not a leap year. So for this we will use if condition. First we will take year as input because we know that if a user enter an year, then we can check whether it is leap year or it is not a leap year. So first we will take year as year as input. Then if year modulo 4 is equal to 0, and first we will learn this condition, we will understand. If this condition is true, if year percentage 4, as we know that leap year comes after only 4 years, so that's why it will be divisible by 4. So here it is written, if year percentage 4 is equal to 0 and year percentage 100 not equal to 0. See clearly that here it is written not equal to and here it is equal to. And condition means if it will satisfy both the condition this and this, so it will print leap year, else it will print not leap year. Like year 2024, if it will divide it by 4, it will come 0, so it is a leap year. But it will check this and condition also. If we divide 2024 by 100, it is not equal to 0, means its condition is also true, so it is a leap year. So for today class, this is the major topic, if else. You should revise this if else condition more, so that there is no problem in next year. If else we will use this if else condition is for loop, while loop, and many things also. This is the very important topic, that's why. So thank you and have a nice day.